And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into our coverage here of Hamilton College baseball, the New England's Small College Athletic Conference, and the Northeast Sports Network ready to bring you two rivals today as Amherst is in town, the Mammoths, to take on the Hamilton College Continentals. Gene Conti right here on the Northeast Sports Network from Loop Road Baseball Softball Complex. Overcast day, about 50 degrees at game time. Amherst just playing their second series of the year. They are 2-1 after winning their opener on April the 3rd and 4th. They split a doubleheader with Wesleyan, winning 4-0 and dropping the second game 7-6. And they won their game at home by a score of 12-7. Continentals with a 2-4 record last time out, a 4-2 win over Wesleyan. That was last Sunday. Starting lineups today for Amherst. Batting in the number one spot is number 2. It's Michael Perales. He's the center fielder. Batting second is number 24. That's Joe Palmo, the catcher. Batting third is number 3. That's Daniel Chin at second base. Batting fourth, number 31, is Luke Padian, and he is at first base. Batting fifth is number 28, Chris Murphy. He's at third base. Batting the sixth spot is number 1. That's Tyler Marshall playing in left field. Batting seventh is Aiden Park, number 25. He's the designated hitter. Batting eighth is Alan Dye, number 12. He's in right field. And batting ninth is Jackson Rydell. He is the shortstop for the Amherst Mammoths. And defensively for the Continentals today, it'll be Phil Bernstein in left field, Jay Schlafer in center field, and Jackson Sattinger in right field. Matt McGoy plays at third. Ethan Harass is the shortstop. Brady Slingers at second. Gavin Schaefer-Hood is at first. Shane Dukes is behind the plate, and it's Brian Lawson, number 27. And Lawson gets his first start and first appearance of the year, a senior right-handed pitcher from Herndon, Virginia. And Lawson is set to go out there. And stepping in here is Michael Perales. He's a first-year player from San Antonio, Texas, batting at 182, just 2 runs batted in on the year. Like I said, only a 3-game series for Amherst, and that one is inside. Almost hit him on the foot, just missed him, and the count no balls and one ball, no strike on Perales. Just getting underway here at Loop Road on an overcast day, about 50 degrees, and the pitch is outside for ball 2. 330 down the line here, 375 in the gaps, 400 at dead center. And a little slight breeze blowing today here at Loop Road. The next one is outside, so 3 pitches out of the strike zone here for Lawson. And here's the 3-0 right down the middle for strike 1. Amherst is coached by J.P. Pine in his 3rd season. And of course, Tim Burns, 15th year here at Hamilton College. There's a strike on the outside corner. Now a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Michael Perales. Lawson's 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, and this one's foul back. So the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Joe Palmo, you just saw him into the screen there, fetching the ball off the screen. He's the catcher, batting in the number 2 spot. Lawson's 3-2 pitch, and that's just a little high, and he walked him. So Amherst with an early base runner here in the top of the 1st inning is Perales at first base. Here is Joe Palmo, the catcher. He's a junior from Austin, Texas. So 1 man on and nobody out, and the first pitch is a call strike to Palmo. So Perales at first. Lawson takes a peek over. And the pitch, curveball, misses up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got Travis Kiefer at the Loop Road today doing the video, and I am on my remote location at a secret location in Clinton, New York, doing the game remotely today. And the pitch is up high. And the count now 2-1 to Palmo. Lawson just his first appearance of the year, first start. 2-1 is the count to Palmo, and the pitch, that one is up high. It's 3-1 now on the Amherst catcher. Paralis off of first base. And the pitch swung on and right to Brady Slinger, grabs it, will throw to second for one, back to first, not in time. So Slinger caught it down low. Thought he might have grabbed that ball out of the air, but he didn't. He took it on a slight hop, shot over to second base for Ethan Harass covering there for out number one. So Palmo now at first base. They got the lead runner on that force play. Here's Daniel Chin, the second baseman. And the pitch, nice curveball in there for a call strike. Chin is a sophomore from Issaquah, Washington. So it's Palmo now at first base. Here's the pitch. That one's outside, nicely blocked there by Shane Dukes. 1-1 here on Chin. One ball, one strike on Chin. Here's the pitch. Swung on out to center field. There's a base hit. Stopping at second base is Palmo. And Chin picks up the first hit of the afternoon here for the Mammoths. Next up is Luke Padian. He's at first base, wearing number 31. First-year player from Cattenaw, New York. 3 runs batted in, batting at .250. Has 1 double on the year. And the pitch to Padian is right in there for a call strike. Nice off-speed pitch from Brian Lawson. So 2 men on and 1 out here, top of the first for the Mammoths. Next pitch is swung on, and this is going to drop in for a base hit in the short left field. 1 run is going to score. Here's a play at third base, and he is out. So Chin, trying to stretch it, was thrown out by Phil Bernstein. 1 run did score. Padian gets the single and a run batted in. And the Mammoths with a 1-0 lead. Chris Murphy up, the third baseman. Murphy's a sophomore from Pleasanton, California, batting at .286 on the year with 1 run batted in for the Mammoths. Padian is at first, and that one is up high for ball 1. Two hits in the inning for the Mammoths. Lawson set with the pitch right in there for a strike. 1-1 strike here on Chris Murphy. I said Amherst has only played 1 series. That was with Wesleyan back on April 3rd and 4th. So this is only their second series of the year. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Lawson. And just missed outside. And the count 2-1 on Murphy. Padian is at first base. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. And the count even now, 2-2 strikes. Tyler Marshall waits on deck. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's driven. Oh, almost a grab there by Ethan Harass. He had some definite air under that one. Just missed it. Goes out into left field for a base hit for Murphy. And we have 2 men on here for the Mammoths. Third hit of the inning for Amherst. Tyler Marshall, the left fielder. Where's number 1? He's a junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. There's another Marshall on the team, no relationship. That is Will Marshall. He's out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Pitched by Lawson. That one misses up high for ball 1 to Tyler Marshall. 4 runs batted in. He's batting at .538. He has a double on the year. 1 ball, no strikes here on Marshall. 2 on and 2 out. There's a strike from Lawson. Tyler Marshall, a 6-man to bat here in his first inning with Amherst up 1-0. And the pitch from Lawson swung on right back. He grabs it out of the air and tosses to Gavin Schaefer-Hood. And there's your top of the first. In the inning, 1 run, 3 hits, and there were 2 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Amherst 1, and Hamilton coming to bat here on the Northeast Sports Network. We'll run down the lineup for the Continentals. Phil Bernstein leads things off, number 10 at left field. Batting second, number 11, is Ethan Harass, the shortstop. Batting third is Brady Slinger, number 17 at second base. Batting in the fourth spot is number 9, Matt McGoy, the third baseman. Batting fifth is number 8, Jacob Hahn. He's the DH today. Batting in the sixth spot is Gavin Schaefer-Hood, number 16 at first base. Batting seventh is Shane Dukes, the catcher, number 1. Batting in the eighth spot is number 12, Jackson Sattinger in right field. And batting ninth is Jay Schlafer, the center fielder. Defensively for the Mammoths, it'll be Tyler Marshall in left field, Michael Perales in center field, Alan Dye patrols right field. Chris Murphy is at third base. Jackson Rydell is at shortstop. Daniel Chin is at second. Luke Padian is at first. Joe Paul Palmo is the catcher. And Sachin Nambiar is your pitcher. Wearing number 30. He is a sophomore right-handed pitcher from Larchmont, New York. And he is appearing in his very first game here, in his first game start of the year for the Mammoths. And he has been staked to a 1-run lead. 1-0 is the score as the Continentals will come up to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. A doubleheader today. Both games are 7 innings. And the two teams are going to play a single game tomorrow in Amherst. So Nambiar is set to go. And here is Phil Bernstein, the left fielder, a sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, batting at .455 on the year. He has 1 home run, 5 runs batted in, and 1 triple on the year. And he's ready to go against Sachin Nambiar. And the first pitch is swung on out to center field. Michael Perales has to run in for this one, with a shortstop comes in, Jackson Rydell. He puts it away for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down here for Nambiar. And here's the shortstop, Ethan Harass, the sophomore from Oak Park, Illinois. 2 runs batted in, batting at .211. And Harass has hit a triple this year as well. Here's the pitch. And that one inside for ball 1. Hamilton and Amherst playing at softball today at 2 o'clock right next door at Loop Road. Here's the pitch. Swung on and driven out to center field. Back goes Perales. He's not going to get it. This is going to go all the way to the warning track, all the way to the wall. Ethan Harass on his way to third, and he'll stand up there with a triple. That's his second triple of the year, and the first hit for the Continentals, and a runner in scoring position. Harass sent it deep, and Michael Perales had to go back, couldn't get it. And here is Brady Slinger, the junior from Nashville, Tennessee. 3 runs batted in, batting at .428. He has three. I'll make that two triples on the year and one double. There's the pitch. And that one in there for a call strike from Nambiar. Harassed at third base. And the pitch swung on, and this one is chopped foul. Past Patey in at first. Oh, 0-2 now on Slinger. MBR looks in at Palmo for the sign. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and foul back to the screen. Count remains 0-2 here on Brady Slinger. The 0-2 pitch again. Swung on and missed. And down on strikes goes Brady Slinger. First strikeout for Nambiar. And that'll bring up Matt McGoy, the third baseman. McGoy is senior from Montclair, New Jersey. One run batted in. He's batting at .308 on the season. Amherst with a 1-0 lead. Continentals with a man on third with 2 outs now in the bottom of the first. And then BR's pitch. And that one, they're going to appeal. And it is ball 1. Three-man umpiring crew, 2 in the infield and 1 behind the plate, of course. And the pitch, curveball drops in there for call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Matt McGoy. Ethan harassed at third base. 2 men out, bottom of the first. Game number 1 of our doubleheader here at Loop Road. And the pitch inside, and another appeal down to third base side. That's a call strike. So the count 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Matt McGoy. Kind of got jammed up. He just tried to hold off, but he umpire down at first base says it was a strike. So it's 1-2 here. And BR set, and his pitch. Ooh, it's call strike 3. Matt McGoy down on strikes, down looking. Second strikeout of the inning for Nambiar. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. Go to the top of the second inning. Our score, Amherst 1, Hamilton 0 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Top of the second inning, Aiden Park, Alan Dye, and Jackson Rydell due up here for Amherst. 7, 8, and 9 in the order to face Brian Lawson. Lawson's first pitch is in there for a call strike. Sophomore Aiden Park from Medford, Massachusetts, batting at .125 with a run batted in, and that one just bounces in for ball 1. Lawson is set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, golfed out to left field and deep. Back go Bernstein. Bernstein makes the catch just shy of the warning track for out number 1. They'll bring up Alan Dye, the right fielder. Dye is a first year out of Coquitlam, British Columbia. Lawson with his pitch to Dye, and that one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes here on Alan Dye. It's pronounced Dye. It's spelled D-A-I. Strike call from Lawson. 1 ball, 1 strike here on the Mammoth right fielder. That one is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Dye with Jackson Rydell, the shortstop, on deck. 1 out, top of the second. Amherst with a 1-0 lead. Swung on, chopper to Slinger. He'll field there, throws to Gavin Schaefer-Hood for out number 2. So 2 down. Jackson Rydell, the shortstop. Sophomore from Marion, Massachusetts, with 1 run batted in on the year. So 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the second for Lawson, and his pitch is swung on and foul back for strike 1. This one swung on, hit out to center field. Back goes Schlafer, and he makes the catch. Schlafer slides backwards, makes the catch for the 3rd out. In the inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Going to the bottom of the second inning, our score, Amherst 1 and Hamilton 0 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, Continentals will send up Jacob Hahn, Gavin Schaefer-Hood, and Shane Dukes to face Sachin Nambiar. And here's the designated hitter, Jacob Hahn, senior from Vienna, Virginia. 2 runs batted in on the year. He's batting at 300. And the pitch is in there for a call strike. 2 doubles on the year and a triple for Jacob Hahn. He's also a walk machine if he has to be. Here's the pitch. And let's see. That's a call strike. He did go around on that one. So 2 strikes on Hahn. Nambiar is set. Looks in for the sign from Palmo. And that one is down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jacob Hahn. Jay Schlafer, what a catch out in center field to end the top of the second inning. Hung on to it as he hit the ground, that's for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and time is called by Hahn at the plate. Just as Nambiar was about to pitch. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, and this one is foul down the left field line. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jacob Hahn. Game 1 of our doubleheader today. Once again, the 1-2 pitch coming up to Hahn. That one just missed. And count even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hahn. Softball switched their location. They were supposed to play in Amherst, a doubleheader today and a single game tomorrow. That's been switched around, so they'll start at 2 o'clock. Swung on, down to short. Rydell fields, throws across the diamond, and it bounces away from the first baseman, Padian. So on the error, Continentals have a base runner in the form of Jacob Hahn. Rydell set through, but it bounced right in front of Padian. Bounced up on the air, not enough oomph on it to have Hahn go down to second base. So here is Gavin Shaver-Hood, the first baseman, the junior, State College, Pennsylvania, 2 runs batted in, batting at .250 on the year. And the pitch is a call strike. So Hahn at first base. Always a threat to run is Hahn. No balls, 1 strike, and off the mound goes Nambiar. Didn't throw over. Pitch is down low. Nicely blocked there by Palmo. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Gavin Shaver-Hood. Also one of the best pitchers for the Continentals is Hood. Might see him in the second game today. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nambiar's pitch. And that one gets away. Wild pitch. And down to second goes Hahn. And the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike on Hood. So Continentals with a runner in scoring position. Nobody out. So Hahn now at second. Moves off of second base, right in back of shortstop Rydell. Scoring to bunt is Gavin Shaver-Hood, and a timeout is taken. Is off the mound goes Nambiar. So Nambiar is set again. Hahn with a big lead off a second. And once again, here's the 2-1 pitch. Gavin Shaver-Hood squares the bunt, and the bunt comes off, and now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Nambiar is set. Here's the pitch. Inside, he walked him. So the Continentals are runners at first and second with nobody out. And here's the catcher, Shane Dukes. First-year player from Centerville, Virginia, has done all the catching this year for the Continentals, except for 1 game of a doubleheader. 5 runs batted in. He's batting at .214 on the year. And Dukes with runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Amherst with a 1-0 lead. And the pitch to Dukes is swung on, popped up. Third baseman sees it float out of play for strike 1. The field is big, except for foul territory. Once you get past the dugouts, it shrinks up quite a bit. 1 strike here on Shane Dukes. Nambiar takes a look at Hahn at second base. Here's the pitch. Squaring the bunt. Nicely done. Right out. Nambiar fields, throws to first. And I think he got him there at first base. So on a sacrifice, runners move to second and third. So there's 1 away. And here is Jackson Sattinger, the right fielder. First year from Port Washington, New York. So Hahn is at third. Gavin Shaver-Hood at second base. 1 man down. And the pitch to Sattinger is swung on and driven out to center field. Perales sees it drop right in front of him for a base hit. That'll score some runs. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. And the Continentals take a 2-1 lead on the RBI single by Sattinger. And that'll bring up Jay Schlafer, the center fielder. Schlafer, only one run came in. Thank you, Travis. Working remotely, I did not see. So it's Gavin Schaefer-Hood now at third base. So runners at first and third with one out. One run batted in for Sattinger. And Schlafer bunts it and is thrown to third base after the first baseman caught it in a double play. Schlafer bunted it in the air, caught by the first baseman, Padian, and he guns to third base with Murphy covering and gets Gavin Schaefer-Hood for out number 3. So 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the top of the third. Our score, Hamilton 1 and Amherst 1 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Gene Conti back here at Hamilton College. One correction, if you're scoring at home, there was 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and there was 1 man left on base in the bottom of the second inning. Move to the top of the third, and Amherst to the top of the order. Michael Perales, Joe Palmo, and Daniel Chin to face Brian Lawson. And here is Perales. And the pitch is inside, ball 1. Lawson's pitch is swung on and fouled off there by Perales. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the third, 1-1 our score. Lawson set, and the pitch bunted at right out in front of the plate. It goes to Lawson. He guns to first, and he gets his man. Nice play there by Brian Lawson. Kept his composure and gunned to Gavin Schaefer-Hood for out number 1. Who says short hair is in? Look at Brian Lawson. Here's Palmo, the catcher. He is had a force play, pit into a force play in the first inning. Lawson with the pitch inside. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Travis? I have to ask every once in a while. You look down 1 second and you miss it. Broadcasting from my house. It's 2-0. Thank you. And that pitch is in there for a strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike now on Palmo. Travis Kiefer is my eyes in the field. The 2-1 pitch from Lawson, and that misses. And it's 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike pitch, and he walked him. And Amherst with a base runner in the form of Joe Palmo. Here's Daniel Chin, who is 1 for 1. He singled in the first. So Lawson now contends with the runner at first, Palmo. Here's the pitch, swung on, and this is going to drop in for a base hit. Retrieved there by Sattinger, thrown back in. Here's a play at second base, and he is safe. So Chin with his second hit of the day. Fourth hit for the Mammoths is down to third. We'll go Palmo. And Chin is at second base. Let's see if they no throwing error on that play. Just decided to just keep going. And made it to second base with a double. Luke Padian is 1-for-1 with a run batted in. That was in the first inning. And the pitch by Lawson is swung on and golfed out to right field for a base hit. Retrieved there by Sattinger. Here's the throw in. It's deflected away. And 2 runs are going to score. And down to second base goes Padian. So 2 RBIs there for Padian. And there's going to be an error on the play as well. Second hit of the inning for the Mammoths, and they take a 3-1 lead. So Padian drives in 2, and here's Chris Murphy. He's 1-for-1, and the pitch from Lawson swung on and fouled back for strike 1. So a walk and 2 hits in a row has Amherst up 3-1. Padian at second base. And there was no error on the last play. Thank you, Travis. Here's the pitch. And that is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Murphy. Padian is at second base. No, there was an error. Is that what you think? You said, Travis? He's talking to me via a little message service. That's why there was an error. Thank you. See, I didn't err on the throw to advance to second base. Yes, thank you. And the count now is 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. 2-2. So Padian drives in 2 more. He's got 3 runs batted in. He's driven in all 3 runs for the Mammoths. The 2-2 pitch coming up here to Murphy, and that's outside. Count full of 3-2. Murphy gets back in. Lawson looks in for a sign from Shane Dukes. Now Lawson set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and foul back to the screen. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes on Murphy. Padian now at 6 runs batted in for the Mammoths. Only his 4th game of the year. 3-2 on the way to Murphy, and that misses outside. Oh, strike 3 call. I thought it was outside, but the umpire punches him out for the second out and the first strikeout for Lawson. Kind of a delay reaction there from our umpire. And that's going to be all for Lawson. So Coach Burns goes to the bullpen. There are 2 away. 3 runs are in here. So Lawson lets up 3 runs, 5 hits, and strikes out 1. And we have a new pitcher in the game for the Continentals. Number 32, and that is Jack Clougherty, sophomore from Hingham, Massachusetts. And this will be his 4th appearance of the year. His ERA is 3.60. He's got 2 strikeouts on the year. So it's Jack Clougherty coming in relief here of Brian Lawson. in the bottom of the top of the third inning, with Amherst up by a score of 3-1. Walk, 2 hits in this inning, led to those 2 runs, and the pitching change here by Coach Burns. Tyler Marshall is up next. He is 0 for 1 in the game. Game 1 of our doubleheader today here on the Northeast Sports Network. And Gene Conti doing the game from a secret remote location. And Travis Kiefer back at the Loop Road Baseball Complex. Softball starting up right now next door. And the game was switched. It was supposed to be at Amherst today, but they decided to play a doubleheader at Hamilton. So tomorrow's game will be at Amherst. It was supposed to be the single game tomorrow. Also have women's lax playing today. They just started up at Steuben Field against Trinity. And the men's lax team's playing Williams today at 4:30 at Withiam. So a busy day on campus here as sports kicking back into high gear. And here is Tyler Marshall to face Jack Clowerty. So Clowerty set, man on second, and the pitch. And that one drops right in there for a call, strike 1 to Tyler Marshall. Marshall came in batting at .538, and don't forget they only had a short 3-game series with Wesleyan to start the season. This is only their second series of the year for the Mammoths. Next pitch by Clowerty is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Paydian is at second base. They're 2 away. Here in the top of the third, Clowerty steps off. Back to second base goes Paydian. Now Paydian gets that lead again at second. 1 ball, 1 strike on Marshall. And the pitch swung on, scooped up there by Matt McGoy, and he just tags out the run. Gene Conti back here at Loop Road. We missed the recap of that, the top of the third after my mic cut out. It was 2 runs, 1 hit. I make that 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. Now we go to the bottom of the third inning. Phil Bernstein, Ethan Harass, and Brady Slinger do up here for the Continentals to face Sachin Nambiar, starting his third inning work for the Amherst Mammoths. And here's Bernstein, who was 0 for 1 in the game, and time is called as Nambiar takes a little bit too much time, and Bernstein steps out. Now Nambiar's pitch, and that's up high for ball 1. So the Continentals trail here 3-1 in the bottom of the third. 7 inning, both ends of our doubleheader today. And the pitch is a call strike, 1-1 to Bernstein, playing in left field today in this first game. Next pitch by Nambiar. Drops right in. A nice curveball from Nambiar. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Bernstein. The 1-2 on the way. And BR taking a little bit more time up there. And now the pitch. Swung on. Shortstop ranges over, dives for it, but goes out to center field for a base hit. Nice attempt there by Jackson Rydell. And the Continentals pick up their 3rd hit of the afternoon. And bring up Ethan Harass, who tripled his first time up in the first inning. And here is Harassed with Bernstein now at first. Swung on and fouled off for strike 1 by Ethan Harassed. Bernstein at first, they throw over, and it gets away down the left field, right field line. The ball goes, and on the throw over by Nambiar, well over the head of Padian, Bernstein goes down to second base. It's going to be an error on the pitcher, Nambiar. So Bernstein now in scoring position. Count is no balls, 1 strike here on Ethan Harassed. And the pitch is up high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Harassed. So then BR just threw well over the head of Padian. So Bernstein off of second base. Here's the pitch. And that one is inside. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Ethan Harassed. Harassed now with 2 triples in the year. And BR getting set up there. Looks over at second base. A bluff over by Chin. Swung on and driven out to left field. And deep going back is Tyler Marshall. And he won't get it. It's gone. A 2-run home run for Ethan Harassed. And the Continentals tie it up at 3. So Harassed sends it out the left field wall. And the Continentals tie this one up at 3 apiece. Brady Slinger was a strikeout victim back in the first inning. He steps in to face Nambiar. So the Continentals, second home run in their second game in a row. Here's the pitch to Slinger. He bunts at it down to third base line. Charging is Murphy. He throws, not in time. And it's a bunt single there for Brady Slinger. Beautiful bunt laid down there by Slinger. Murphy had a charge in from deep at third base and no chance to get Slinger. So the Continentals with their 3rd hit of the inning. Nobody out for Matt McGoy. Got caught looking, struck out in the first inning. So the pitch to Nambiar is a call strike. Three to 3 is our score in the bottom of the 3rd. Nobody out, and Slinger at first base takes his lead against Nambiar. And the pitch swung on and driven out to left field and deep, and it's going to find the gap, go all the way to the wall. Slinger's going to score easily. And on his way to 3rd is McGoy, and he's safe as he slides in with a triple. Another extra base hit for the Continentals, their fourth hit in a row, and they take the lead 4-3. Boy, once you get that ball into that gap, you can go forever. So the Continentals take the lead 4-3 here in the bottom of the third inning. And BR continues along here. Here's Jacob Hahn. Hahn reached on an error in the second inning. So 4 hits in a row for the Continentals. Here's the pitch. Swung on and driven out to left field. Back goes Tyler Marshall. He's got a beat on it. He'll make the catch. Tagging up and scoring is McGoy. And the Continentals with their 4th run. The sacrifice fly there for Jacob Hahn to run batted in. And the Continentals with a 5-3 lead now. And Nambiar ready to face Gavin Schaefer-Hood. Worked out a walk in the second. 4 runs on 4 hits. Strike call to Gavin Schaefer-Hood. By 3 Continentals lead. Swung on and missed there by Gavin Schaefer-Hood. No balls, 2 strikes on the Continental first baseman here in game number 1. And BR is set. Here's the pitch. Swung on down to second base. Chin fields, throws to first, and they get Gavin Schaefer-Hood there for out number 2. 7th man to bat in this inning, Shane Dukes, the catcher, into a sacrifice in the second. So Nambiar trying to lessen the damage here. He's got 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch to Dukes, and that's right in there for a strike. And BR gets the sign in from Palmo. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and he just fouled that one off. So 2 strikes quickly here on Shane Dukes. Oh, 2 pitch coming up from Nambiar. And that one is up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Shane Dukes. First year playing a lot of catching duties this year so far for the Continentals. And BR is set. And the pitch is up high. It's 2-2. 4 runs, 4 hits in the inning for the Continentals. They lead 5-3. 2-2 on Shane Dukes. Here's the pitch. Swung on, right field. And this is going to be trouble, and it's all the way to the wall again. Shane Dukes on his way to second base. Here's a throw in from Dye. On his way to third is Shane Dukes. He slides in with a triple. So that is the second triple of the inning for the Continentals. Matt McGoy hit a triple. And that is the 6th hit of the inning. Bring up Jackson Sattinger. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI, and on his way to the mound is the coach. And that might be all. Well, we're going to talk him over first to Sachin Nambiar. This is Nambiar's first appearance of the year. And Coach Pine talking things over with catcher Joe Palmo and Nambiar. 6 hits in the inning for the Continentals, 4 runs in. And at third base is Shane Dukes. Now Sattinger, 1 for 1 with an RBI, steps in. Sattinger playing out in right field today in this first game. So Nambiar will stay in there. Here's the pitch. And it's in there for a call strike. Duke's at third. There's two-way. And the pitch to Sattinger swung on and missed. No balls and two strikes now on Sattinger. The 0-2 pitch coming up here from Nambiar. Swung on right over. Oh, nice snap there by Nambiar, but I tried to grab it, but it went out to center field for a base hit. Thought he had grabbed it out of the air, but it went right through his glove. And the seventh hit of the inning, another run batted in for Sattinger. That's two today. And the Continentals put up 5 runs in this inning, lead 6-3. So Nambiar facing his 9th man up in the inning. It's Jay Schlafer hit into a double play, his first time up. So two-way with Sattinger at first. Schlafer looks like he might square a bunt there. They throw it to first base, and back safely there was Sattinger. Now Nambiar's ready with a pitch. Swung on, popped up to right field. Alan Dye is under it, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But a big one for the Continentals. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 1 man left on base. And a home run there by Ethan Harass. 2 triples in the inning as well. Our score at the end of 3, Hamilton 6 and Amherst 3 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Top of the 4th inning for Amherst. It'll be Aiden Park, Alan Dye, and Jackson Rydell, 7, 8, and 9 in the order, to face Jack Clowerty, who begins his second inning of work for Hamilton. Now staked to a 6-3 lead over the Mammoths. Pitch to Park is in there for a call strike. Catches the outside corner. 0-1 here on Park. Park is 0 for 1 in the game. Pitch by Clowerty is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Big inning for the Continentals. 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch. And that one just misses outside. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike here on Eden Park. The DH for Amherst. And Clowerty's 2-1 pitch swung on and driven out to center field. There's a base hit. 5th hit for the Mammoths. So Aiden Park is at first. And here's Alan Dye. Dye is 0 for 1 in the game, playing in right field. Clowerty gets set to pitch to Dye as he looks over at Park. And the pitch is now low. Nicely blocked there by Shane Dukes. 1 ball, no strikes here on Alan Dye. Six hits for Amherst. I apologize. And this one's foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Is back to first will go Aiden Park. 3 runs, 6 hits for Amherst as they bat here in the top of the 4th. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Continentals with a 6-3 lead. Park is at first. The 1-1 pitch coming up from Clowerty is swung on, and that's going to be a base hit out to center field. Schlafer retrieves that one. And 2 hits in a row here for the Mammoths. Runners at first and second with nobody out. As Jackson Rydell, the shortstop, comes up for his second at bat. He's 0 for 1. So the bottom of the order, producing here for Amherst, 2 men on and nobody out. And Clowerty to face Rydell. Clowerty's pitch outside corner for strike 1. Softball in action right next door. They're taking on Amherst as well in a doubleheader. The 0-1 pitch to Rydell. Again catches the outside corner. That's strike 2. So Clowerty jumps ahead here on Jackson Rydell. 2 men on. Park at second. Dye at first. Clowerty taking a little bit more time out there. Comes the 0-2 pitch. And that one nicely stopped again by Shane Dukes. Bounces in. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Rydell. Runners take their leads at first and second. Here's the pitch. Swung on. And they'll be fouled off down the third base line. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mid-50s today. Supposed to see a little bit of sunshine out there, but mostly overcast right now and no speakable breeze on the hill. Clowerty setting up for 1 ball, 2 strike to pitch to Rydell. And that one out of the strike zone. And the count now 2-2. Bluffing a throw down the first was Dukes. Park taking his lead off of second base. Dye at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rydell. And the pitch swung on. And there's going to be a base hit out to left field. Retrieved there by Bernstein. Stopping at third base is Park. And the bases are loaded. 3 singles in a row by the Mammoths. Nobody out. And Clowerty in a bit of trouble here in the top of the 4th inning. Top of the order for Michael Perales. Perales is 0 for 1 with a walk, and that's going to be all for Clowerty. So a pitching change coming up here for the Continentals. We'll take a quick break. Reset as we come back here on the Northeast Sports Network. Gene Conti back here on the Northeast Sports Network. It's NESCAC baseball as the Continentals hosting the Amherst Mammoths here at Loop Road. 6-3, the Continentals lead, but threatening here in the top of the fourth are the Mammoths with the bases loaded and nobody out. And it's David Galveo to come in relief here of Clowerty. Galveo has an ERA of 1.13, 5 strikeouts, and this is 5th appearance of the year. Let's see if Galveo can get the Continentals out of trouble here. Bases loaded, nobody out. 3 hits in a row for the Mammoths. On top of the order for Michael Perales. 0 for 1 with a walk is Perales. So bases jammed with Mammoths out there. Amherst wearing their purple tops today. Continentals in their whites. And Galveo is set. We hit the pitch. And he starts off inside for ball 1. Park, Dye, and Rydell. 3 singles in a row. Bases loaded. 1 ball, no strikes here on Perales. There's the pitch. Swung on out to left field, and making the catch was Bernstein. Tagging and scoring is Aiden Park. So on the sacrifice, RBI for Perales. And the Mammoths crawl back to 6-4 here is the score. Joe Palmo, the catcher, hit into forced play and walk so far in today's game. So 1 out for Galveo. Runners now at first and second. And 1 out. Pitch to Palmo from Galveo is inside. Almost hit him. 1 ball, no strikes here on Palmo. Galveo looks at second base, and he's set. Swung on in the air. Third baseman Bernstein chases it down, but it goes foul into the bullpen. 1 ball and 1 strike on Palmo. Eight hits for Amherst total in today's game. 4 runs on the board. They trail 6-4. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Palmo. And Galveo looks in for a sign here from Shane Dukes. Dye is at second base. Rydell's at first. Here's the pitch. And that one outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Palmo. Galveo set again. Looks at second base. There goes the runner. Swing and miss. Actually, a chopper out to Galveo. He's going to run to the bag. Gets the out there. So 2 away now as runners advance. Down to third base goes Dye. Rydell now at second. And here is Daniel Chin, the second baseman. Chin is 2 for 2 as a single and a double in today's game. So 2 runners in scoring position again here for the Mammoths. Here's the pitch. Swung on down to shortstop, fielded there by Harass. Long throw, and he gets him. In the inning, 1 run on 3 hits, and there were 2 men left on base. The score as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, Hamilton 6, Amherst 4, here on the Northeast Sports Network. New pitcher for the Mammoths, it's Ian Donahue, a first-year player from Tokyo, Japan. And he did go to American high school back in Tokyo. He's here in relief now of Sachin Nambiar. Nambiar let up 6 runs, 8 hits. Continentals batted around in the 3rd inning. They'll top of the order again for Phil Bernstein, who started the 3rd inning with a single. So he is 0 for 2 in the game as Ian Donahue takes a few more warm-up tosses. Doubleheader today here at Loop Road, and they'll go back to Amherst tomorrow for a single game to end this 3-game series. Thrown down there by Palmo. So Ian Donahue takes over the pitching duties, faces Phil Bernstein here, the bottom of the 4th inning. Continentals up 6-4. And Donahue set for his first pitch. And here it comes. And it's outside for ball 1. First-year player is Donahue. That one is inside. 2 balls and no strikes here on Phil Bernstein. Pitch by Donahue is up high. It's 3-0. Donahue is 0 for 1 in his one and only appearance. And that was the loss in the 2nd game, Middlebury. And he walked him on 4 pitches. Actually, they played Wesleyan, their one and only series. So Donahue starts off with a walk to Phil Bernstein. And here's Ethan Harass, who's having a heck of a day, a triple and a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. Halfway to the cycle. So Bernstein taking that lead off of first base against Ian Donahue. And the pitch swung on, and that one's driven out to right field and a base hit for Ethan Harass. So all he needs now is a double to hit for the cycle. That's his 3rd hit of the day. So Bernstein at second now, and Ethan Harass at first. Brady Slinger, who is 1 for 2, singled in the 3rd. Facing Ian Donahue, and Donahue already in some trouble here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Looks in for a sign. Off a second is Bernstein. And the pitch swung on and driven out to right field. There's a base hit. Retrieved there by Dye. Throws back into the infield. Here's a throw to the plate, and a run will score. Scoring on the play was Bernstein. Harass goes to 3rd, and Slinger has a run batted in. And the 2nd hit of the inning for the Continentals. And it's 7-4. That'll bring up Matt McGoy. McGoy tripled in the 3rd inning. Drove in a run. Runners at the corners and nobody out. As Ian Donahue's in a bit of trouble here in the 4th. Pitch is in there for a strike. And the sun peeks out at Loop Road through the overcast and quickly fades away. That's still out there, Elias. Okay, the 0-1 pitch coming up here to Matt McGoy. outside. Nicely blocked there. Catcher throws down, fakes the throw to first, and diving back was Slinger. 1 strike here on McGoy. Jacob Hahn waits on deck. There's nobody out. 1 run is in here in the 7th. Or I'm sorry, in the 4th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by McGoy. Off speed pitch there by Ian Donahue. 1 strikes. Harassed at third, Slingers at first. McGoy is set. So is Ian Donahue. Throws over to first base, and safely back there is Slinger. No advance from Harassed at third. Held on there by Chris Murphy. So the 1-2 pitch coming up to McGoy. That's outside. Count even at 2-2. Two hits in the inning so far for the Continentals. 1 run is in. 7-4, Continentals lead over the Amherst Mammoths. NESCAC baseball here on the Northeast Sports Network. Ian Donahue is set. And the pitch is up high. Full count, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes to Matt McGoy. Runners at first and third with nobody out. Donahue's pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner goes down to second base, and he's going to be safe there. But McGoy strikes out, and Donahue has his first strikeout. Down to second base goes Slinger. So now it's Harassed at third, Slinger at second. With 1 away, here's Jacob Hahn. Reached on an error sacrifice in the 3rd inning. He has a run batted in. So 1 down for Ian Donahue. Looks in and takes too much time, and stepping out was Jacob Hahn. Hahn back in the box. Donahue looks in, gets the sign. And the pitch. Call strike. Hahn wanted a swing at that one. Caught the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. I may have made a mistake here. Luke Paydian is actually catching, number 31. I think I got two guys crossed up here. So it's Paydian is actually in behind the plate. There's a call strike. I'm assuming that Joe Palmo is at first. So I'll correct that on my sheet. He wasn't ever listed as a catcher, Palmo. And the pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike 3. Down looking goes Jacob Hahn. 2 strikeouts in a row here for Ian Donahue. And here's Gavin Schaefer-Hood. Walked and grounded out so far in the game. Runners at second and third, now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Continentals with a 7-4 lead. Donahue set. And the pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes to Gavin Schaefer-Hood. So it's Paydian behind the plate. And I believe Palmo is actually at first. So I have the 2 things reversed. 1 ball, no strike. Pitch to Gavin Schaefer-Hood from Donahue. Swung on and fouled off. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ten hits for the Continentals in the game. And a 3-run lead here in the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Hood. Donahue looks at the runner at second base. And the pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. I look at my sheet there. It says Palmo's an outfielder, so I'm not sure if he is playing second, first base. Might have a few of the names crossed up here. 2 balls, 1 strike on Gavin Schaefer-Hood. Ian Donahue's pitch. Check swing fouled off by Hood. And the count is even at 2-2. Shane Dukes waits on deck. Slingers at second, harassed at third. The 2-2 pitch coming up from Ian Donahue. Swung on, down the first, stopped there by Palmo. He throws to the pitcher, Donahue covering for the third out. In the inning, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 men left on base for the Continentals. At the end of 4, it's Hamilton 7 and Amherst 4 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Well, I just got confirmed from the park that my original assumption was correct. All 3 players are playing in the position I had said they were. So Paydian, who's up right now, is at first base. He swings, sends was out to right field, and that's going to be a base hit. That's the 3rd hit of the afternoon for. Oh, he caught the ball. I'm sorry, we had a bad video there. It was a little blurry. I didn't think he caught it, but he did. So a fly out for Paydian, and here is Chris Murphy. Sorry about that, folks. Next pitch is just a bit outside from Galveo. 1 ball and no strikes. Once again, I am remotely doing the game. Sometimes the video fools me because I'm a nice major league reference. Thank you. This one swung on and this one's fouled off. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Murphy. Murphy is 1 for 2 in the game. His hit came back in the 1st inning, struck out the 3rd, facing Galveo here in the top of the 5th. And the pitch. So on this one's fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. So Galveo starting his 2nd inning of work for Hamilton. They're in the top of the 5th. Continentals with a 7-4 lead. And the pitch to Murphy is down low. And the count now is 1 ball and 1, or make that 2 balls and 2 strikes. And where did Murphy go? I think he said something in his eye. There he comes. Murphy's the third baseman. Two balls, two strikes here on Murphy. David Galveo set. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on and foul back. So Murphy hangs in there for another crack at it. Two balls, two strikes. Again, the 2-2 pitch coming up from David Galveo. And that one way high again. So a full count now at 3-2. One away, top of the fifth. Mammoths trailing here by 3 in this first game. Here's Galveo's pitch. Swung on, a chopper. Third baseman McGoy Fields throws to first, and they get him there. Nice play by McGoy and Gavin Schaefer-Hood covering it first. So there's two away. And here is Tyler Marshall, the left fielder. Marshall is 0 for 2 in the game. As we see a picture of Matt McGoy there at third base. Galveo set the pitch here to Marshall. Nice off-speed pitch for strike one. Pitches, bounces in low. And the count now 1-1 here on Tyler Marshall. Came in betting at .538 in the 3-game series they had with Wesleyan. Swung on and foul back to the screen. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Galveo on the mound from Yorktown Heights, New York. He's a sophomore. And the 1-2 pitch. Reached at there by Marshall. He fouls that one off. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind seems to be picking up out there just a bit. And a little bit of sunshine peeking through the overcast. Low 50s is the high for today. Here's this next pitch. Just missing. Oh, he thought he had it. Galveo was trotting off the mound. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Tyler Marshall. Pitch by Galveo is fouled off again. So Tyler Marshall hanging in there, fouling off a couple of pitches, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on and 2 outs here for Amherst in the top of the 5th inning. Galveo's all set. Here's the pitch. And that one down low. And a full count now on Tyler Marshall. 2 games today, a single game tomorrow at Amherst. 3-2 pitch coming up from Galveo. And that one down to first base, knocked down by Gavin Schaefer-Hood. He's going to go to the bag and beats Marshall there for out number 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Hamilton 7, Amherst 4 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Ian Donahue back out on the mound for the Amherst Mammoths. He'll face Shane Dukes, Jackson Sattinger, and Jay Schlafer. 7, 8, and 9 of the order here, the bottom of the fifth inning. Dukes sacrifice and a triple today. And the pitch from Donahue is up high for ball one. Donahue with 2 strikeouts so far in the game. Let up 1 run. Pitch to Dukes. Catches the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch to Dukes is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Game 2 coming up about a half hour after this one concludes. And the 2-1 coming up here to Dukes. Outside, ball 3. Continentals with a 2-4 record so far this short spring season. Amherst, it comes in at 2-1. Here's a 3-1 pitch from Donahue. That catches the outside corner. And a full count of 3-2 on the Continental catcher. Donahue set. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the 3rd strikeout for Ian Donahue. That'll bring up Jackson Sattinger. Sattinger, 2 hits, 2 RBIs on the day with 2 singles as he faces Donahue for the first time. And the pitch to the right fielder. That one is inside for ball 1. Next pitch by Donahue's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Sattinger. Donahue with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Actually, a check swing. Or a swing and he fouled it off, I think. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anyway, it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch coming up to Sattinger. And misses inside. 2-2 now. Continental's up 7-4 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Donahue's 2-2 pitch. And that is up high and a full count, 3-2 here on Sattinger. 7 runs, 10 hits for the Continentals. Here's the payoff pitch. And he lost him, walked him. First walk given up, I believe, by Donahue. So Continentals have a base runner here. And Jay Schlafer, who is 0 for 2 in the game, batting in a nice spot. Face Ian Donahue. Throw to first base and back safely was Sattinger. Sattinger takes his lead off of first. Pitch swung on. Schlafer was squaring the bunt and fouls this one off for strike 1. Softball doubleheader going on right next door. And they will head to Amherst as well for a single game tomorrow. He's got a little switched up. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Schlafer, and that's up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sattinger's at first base. Worked out the walk. There's 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Continentals with a 7-4 lead. Next pitch to Schlafer. Swung on a miss. There goes the runner. He got it caught up, hung up between first and second base. Sattinger in a rundown now gets tagged out, and he is gone. So they're 2 away as the runner gets eliminated. I think the call at the plate was a ball. Travis, was 2 balls and 1 strike. So Sattinger gets tagged out in the rundown. That was a strike. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Schlafer. So 2 outs and nobody on now. And Donahue's pitch is up high. Now the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Sattinger got caught in the rundown. I'm trying to steal second, decided better. I want to go back to first, and that never works. So here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up, and that's foul. Back of the screen, and the count remains 2-2. Schlafer's set. So is Donahue. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Ian Donahue, and he has 4 in the game. So no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. It's Hamilton 7 and Amherst 4 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Gene Conti back here on the Northeast Sports Network with New England Small College Athletic Conference Baseball. Hamilton with a 7-4 lead. And Amherst batting here in the top of the 6th inning. Aiden Park, Ellen Dye, Jackson Rydell due up to face David Galveo. 3rd pitcher used by the Continentals today. And here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off for strike 1 by Aiden Park. Park is 1 for 2 with a single. That came back in the 4th inning. Here's the 0-1. Okay, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That one got away from Galveo just a bit. I've already used my allotment of Major League quotes for the day, so 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Swung on this one in the air, left field, and this one's going to drop foul into the bullpen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Galveo, sometimes his off speed just gets away from him. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Park, the designated hitter here in game number 1. And Galveo's pitch is outside 2 balls and 2 strikes. Park's ready. 2-2 pitch. And that one down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Aiden Park. As the Amherst Mammoths bat here in the top of the 6th inning, they trail 7-4. 3-2 pitch from David Galveo. And he walked him. So Park works out the walk, and Amherst with a base runner here in the 6th. Brings up Alan Dye, who is 0 for 1. I'm sorry, 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd. So again, the bottom half of the order doing a lot of the work here for the Mammoths as Park takes his lead at first. And the pitch swung on down to shortstop. Harass goes to second for 1, back to first. And he's safe there. So they get the lead runner for out number 1. On the force play, it's Dye now at first. And there's Jackson Rydell. Rydell is, make that 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd as well. So the lead runner is eliminated. Here's Rydell with a man on first, 1 out. Dye takes his lead. Here's the pitch, and that one down low for ball 1. Galveo set, pitch, swung on down to short. Here's Harassed, throws to second base for 1, back to first, and he's safe there. A good stretch by Gavin Schaefer-Hood. And then another force play takes out the lead runner, Alan Dye, and Rydell will be at first base. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Michael Perales. A walk, a ground out, and a sacrifice. Got a run batted in, does Perales. 2 outs now. Swung on, hit out to left field and deep, might find a gap. And a nice catch there by Bernstein. Didn't even realize he had caught the ball. I thought it was tracking toward the wall, but it's Bernstein with a catch, and the side is retired. So in an inning, no runs, no hits, and there was 1 man left on base. We shall go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Our score, Hamilton 7 and Amherst 4 here on the Northeast Sports Network. Gene Conti back here on the Northeast Sports Network with NESCAC Baseball. The Continentals with a 7-4 lead as we hit the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Bernstein, Harassed, and Slinger to face Ian Donahue, who's been quite impressive in his appearance today for Amherst. Pitching here to Bernstein. And this one swung on and fouled off for strike one. Bernstein is 1 for 2 with a walk. Walk happened back in the fourth. Hit came in the third. Continentals batting here in the bottom of the sixth inning with a 7-4 lead. Donahue set with the pitch. And that's right in there for call strike two. This is the inside corner. Donahue with 4 strikeouts so far in this appearance. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Bernstein. Rides high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Continentals put up 6 runs in that third inning to take the lead. The 1-2 pitch. And this one swung on and fouled back by Bernstein. Playing in left field today for Hamilton, game number 1. Two today, 1 tomorrow at Amherst. And once again, Donahue set for a 1-2 pitch. Swung on down to short. Rydell field. Oh, it goes right under his glove. I thought he had a beat on him. Might have taken his eye off the ball. And that's a base hit, possibly an error. We'll wait for the official scoring on that one. And Bernstein is at first. I thought Rydell was right there and went right under his glove. And that is an error on Jackson Rydell. Third error in the game here for Amherst. And here is Ethan Harassed. There's a strike call, and Harassed just needs a double to hit for the cycle. Single, triple, home run in the third inning. 3 for 3. Throw to first base and back safely there was Bernstein. And Donahue obviously has a good move the first. So Bernstein is at first on the error by shortstop Rydell. Here's the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Ethan Harassed. Harass's home run came to left field. Here's the 0-2 pitch coming up to Ethan Harassed. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bernstein back to first. Harassed gets set to go. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. A little bloop to the infield. Padian, actually the second baseman, comes over there. That was Chin. And he makes the catch for out number 1. So Chin had to go a bit of a way for that one. Puts it away, and here's Brady Slinger. Slinger has 2 hits in the game and a run batted in. 2 for 3. As Phil Bernstein still at first base with one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Catches the inside corner for strike 1. Ian Donahue, pretty impressive here in his appearance. 4 strikeouts. Has not let up a run yet. Throw over to first base and back safely there is Bernstein. 1 out, 1 on here in the 6th for the Continentals, leading 7-4. Another throw over to first base. Bernstein back again. Applying the tag there is Padian. Donahue's pitch swung on, and this one's fouled down the third baseline. Strike 2 here on Slinger. So Donahue's ahead, 0-2. Bernstein takes his lead off of first. And here comes the 0-2 up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Brady Slinger. Matt McGoy waits on deck. Swung on, golfed out to right field and deep. Back goes Dye, and he makes the catch at the warning track for out number 2. So Dye had to go back for that one. Gets it right at the base of the wall. And they're 2-way. And they'll bring up Matt McGoy, the third baseman. Tripled back in the 3rd inning. He is 1 for 3. Bernstein again at first base. And the pitch in there for a strike. Catches the outside corner on Matt McGoy. Two outs, 1 man on now in the bottom of the 6th for Hamilton. And Ian Donahue's pitch is right in there for a strike. Nice pitch there from Donahue. 0-2 now on McGoy. Sachin Nambiar started this one for Amherst, and Ian Donahue has been marvelous so far. The 0-2 pitch on the way, outside, and the count now 1-2 on McGoy. Back to first goes Bernstein. McGoy gets back in. Bernstein again off of first. And the 1-2 pitch coming up. Swung on in the air to center field. Perales goes back, and he makes the catch for out number 3. A little basket catch there by Perales. Side retired. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the 7th inning for Amherst coming up here on the Northeast Sports Network. Top of the 7th inning and a new pitcher. It's Ethan Harass, the shortstop. He comes in to pitch here for Galveo. Brady Slinger moves over to shortstop, and Jackson Johns is now playing at second base for the Continentals. Continentals with a 7-4 lead, and the last chance here for the Amherst Mammoths. They'll send up Joe Palmo, Chin, and Luke Padian. That's 2, 3, and 4 in the order to face Ethan Harass. Harass has appeared as a pitcher in 2 occasions this season. 3 strikeouts on the year, 7.71 ERA. So Ethan Harass looking to close this one out. Swung on, and Down to first base, picked up there by Gavin Shaver-Hood. A little toss over to Ethan Harass for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down. Here's Daniel Chin. Chin is 2 for 1 in the game. I'm 2 for 3 in the game. Has a single and a double. Pitch by Harassed. Right in there for a call strike. Harass not wasting any time. Swing and a miss for strike 2 to Chin. And Chin steps out a minute, gathers his thoughts, and slows down the process of Ethan Harassed here on the mound. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Up a little high. 1-2. So Slinger now at short, and Jackson Johns at second base is Harassed. In here to pitch the top of the 7th inning for Hamilton. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just misses outside. And the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Daniel Chin. Chin really crowds that plate. Pitch by Harassed. Strike 3 call. Down looking goes Chin. And Amherst is down to their final out. Here's Luke Paydian. Paydian has 2 hits of the game and 2 runs batted in. As Ethan Harass ready to work up there. And the pitch to Paydian is down low for ball 1. So 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Pitch by Harassed. There's a strike at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ethan Harassed. Swung on by Paydian. Out to left field. Bernstein under it, puts it away. And that's your ball game. So in game 1, the Continentals come up with 7 runs, 10 hits, and they beat the Mammoths by a score of 7-4. Harass will get the save. And it looks like maybe Galveo will take the win here, as the Continentals take game number 1, improved now to 3-4 on the year. Amherst drops to 2-2. So there's game number 1. We'll take a break here, about a half hour. We'll be back for game number 2. Once again, the final score in game 1, Hamilton 7, Amherst 4. You've been watching all the action right here on the Northeast Sports Network.